There's the parking sensors overplaying Michael Jackson with his Liberian Girl. We're in Uptown Konya, and we're going to head down to the downtown Kato Paphos Harbour on an evening drive to see what's going on and to see some of the improvements. Then Mr. Paul's going to go for a dismount, of course, so don't forget to come back for the next little episode of Marika and me. Building everywhere in Uptown Konya, by the way. Perhaps if you're looking for that spectacality of a villa indeed, this could be that place for you. Right on the cusp of the highway, and of course there's one or two rather nice properties sitting on top of the mountainside looking down across the Uptown and Midtown Paphos, and of course straight out into that blue Mediterranean Sea. If you like what you see, hit that like, click that subscribe, and please don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of Mr. Paul's complete and utter madness as he takes you on his travels in and around Paphos. And of course, if there is somewhere that you'd like me to go, you drop it in those comments. Tickle me via the Buy Me a Coffee platform with a couple of coffees, and I tell you what, that video will be coming very soon, especially for you. So, Midtown Konya, a nice place to live actually. Not that busy with traffic because most people, well, not most, but a lot of people are retired, so of course they're not whizzing around like lunatics. You've got the odd idiot like Mr. Paul, of course, he's always racing around. Well, I'm not actually. I actually drive quite sensibly and quite slowly, because at the end of the day you don't get there anywhere quicker. There's all these things like traffic lights, there's people walking around very inconsiderate, and dogs and cats, and of course boys and girls all dressed in blue, and they're waiting especially for you. So if you are driving around Paphos, please take it easy, because you want to be there another day to grasp those views out into that blue Mediterranean Sea. And guess what? That view is coming up right now. Look at that. Feast your eyes and digest Uptown, Midtown and downtown Paphos. And it's all looking very blue indeed. The sea is blue, the sky is blue. Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue. So that must mean one thing: all that's missing is you. So come on, get yourself on that big bird. All paddle like crazy, because Paphos Cyprus, Marika and me, oh yeah, we're waiting especially for you. I'd like to do a big shout out to some of the guys who like to watch the show now and again. We've got a new superstar on the crew. Of course, that's our Sir Jake, but he's actually a lord, I think. I'm going to make him a lord because he stuck with us through thick and thin for a couple of years. He doubtfully has watched every episode, but of course that's not the way it works, is it? We thank each and every one of you that comes back and only watches for those very few seconds, perhaps to see where we are today. More often than not, yeah, we're driving around Paphos, because of course that's where the channel is based. And more often than not, you're going to find us strutting our stuff up and down the downtown Kato Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. But as people keep telling us, it's all about the interaction with you guys. So if you do see us, perhaps pop over to us and say that big hello somewhere in and around the downtown Kato Paphos Promenade and Harbour. And if you see us in the Pelican restaurant, well, take a leaf out of the book of the greatest train driver in the world. He happens to have his very own blonde beauty, by the way, and she's the greatest banker in the world. Of course, that is our Sir Andy, and of course his girl, the Lady Sarah. We had the great honour and the privilege to sit with them on 2 evenings in the Pelican restaurant, and each and every one of us thanks you for that time that you spent with us, and we thank you very much for that round of drinks you bought. You didn't have to do that. If you come to join us in the Pelican restaurant, all you have to do is cater for your own needs, and you can sit with us as long as you want. Who's coming to Paphos soon? Let me think. Miss Frances, she's coming to Paphos very soon. Miss Joanne, she's coming to Paphos very soon. So don't forget to come and hunt us down in the Pelican restaurant. Pull up a seat, let's sit down and chew the fat. Now, this is downtown Yereskipu, and the roads are a little bit Sherlock Holmes. If you're new to the channel and you're curious what does Sherlock Holmes stand for, well, it stands for the greatest detective in the world. But a long time ago, in a very early episode, is watching Receiving Booth. That's Miss Marika was going to say some naughty words, and she improvised with those words Sherlock Holmes, and it stuck from that day on. Basically, it stands for something that's not very good. Sherlock Holmes. So let's keep going. Let's join the main road through Yereskippu. So if you go left, you'd head out towards the old airport road. If you keep going for about 15 kilometres in English money, that's 10 miles. You'll be in the downtown Kato Paphos Airport, Paphos International Airport. And if you'd like to see Mr. Paul driving to and from that airport, well, you know what you do. Drop it in the YouTube search bar, Paphos Airport, Marika and me, and those videos will come up especially for you. And we need traffic lights because they're coming at me from all angles, and the zebra crossing is in action as well. We could be sitting here forever, by the way. I wonder if that Audi driver's going to let us out. No, of course not. It's an Audi driver, isn't it? BMW drivers are not that bad. They're a little bit more courteous, aren't they? Here's another Audi driver. You can let me out? No, not a cat and hell's chance, that's for sure. We could be here for the whole duration of the video. So stick with us. We will get out soon, and we will get on our way and head down to the downtown Kato Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. The traffic is absolutely insane, isn't it? Absolutely bonkers. And no one's looking where they're going, by the way. My goodness, this gentleman's let us go. What a nice man. See, you shouldn't judge people in pickups, should you? Sometimes they can be grunting at you, and sometimes they can be very, very polite indeed. So we say, Yasu Gumbaro to him, and Efaristo Poli. See? Slowly but surely, you could learn that little bit of Greeklish on the little channel known as Marika and me. Now, lots of new things coming online on the little channel, by the way. Opportunities for some people, perhaps, who want to buy a bit of memorabilia on the little channel known as Marika and me. T-shirts will be coming on, hats, there'll be sunglasses, all sorts of things, even little trouser patches for a gentleman who's known as Lord of the Peacocks. So a big shout out to Lord Mark of the Peacocks, of course to his beautiful wife, Lady Cheryl, and of course their couple of princesses. And they recently celebrated their 10th anniversary, by the way, so we wish you another 100 years, although Cheryl's probably thinking no, probably not. Anyway, big shout out to those princesses, Princess Amelia and of course Princess Abigail. Will be waiting for you when you come to downtown Paphos. I'd like to say a big shout out to some other superstars on the show. If your name is Lord Lee in downtown South Wales, big shout out to you, and of course the girl and the partner in Your Crimes, that's Our Lady Vicky. Big shout out to the princesses, Princess Kelly, big shout out to you, and of course Princess Levitt, big shout out to you. And there's a girl who always gets excited when she sees a little bit of brightness on her TV screen. She's in downtown South Wales. She's already got the man of her dreams, that's our Sir Jace, so that must mean we're talking about Our Lady Whitney. And of course they're getting very, very excited indeed, because very soon they'll be getting on a big bird and coming to downtown Paphos, and we will be waiting especially for you. So here we are in Yereskippu. Yep, we could go straight and keep going to the former Debenhams roundabout, because Debenhams gone now, isn't it? So it's called now the former Debenhams roundabout. We're going to take a left and go down a road that's had some brand new tarmac and head in the correct direction down to the downtown Kato Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. So stick with us, because we're going to go and see what's been going on and if it's busy and all those kind of things. Because downtown Paphos, that's the promenade and the harbour area. It's known as Kato Paphos, by the way, which means lower Paphos. Uptown Paphos here is known as Pano Paphos, which means upper. So we're in upper and midtown. I don't think they've thought of that bit yet, but anyway, we're in midtown Paphos, and we are slowly but surely heading to downtown Paphos. Now there you go, just tarmac this road, and now they've just dug up that side of the road, just like in UK and all of the other countries in the world. It's called, I'm not going to say that word, am I? It's called people planning, isn't it? There we go. Right. It's like one hand doesn't know what the other hand's doing. A bit like Mr. Paul. You never know which is left and which is right, and he hasn't got a clue what's going on in the world. Except he does like a nice cigar now and again, doesn't he? Lord Martin of the Baron of the Cigars. Yeah. Big shout out to you. And of course, massive things coming online to the little channel known as Marika and me, very, very soon indeed. The website will be up in around about 4 to 6 weeks. Well, that's what I've been promised by a German. His name is Sir Dirk, and Normally Germans are very, very efficient, aren't they? Although he's now been living in Cyprus for about 8 months, so maybe a little bit of this Cypriotism has rubbed off on him, so we may not get the website for the rest of our lives. I was going to say his life, but no, he's going to live a lot longer than me, that's for sure. He's a young jet, and a very articulate one as well. So here we are. We are now going to take a slight right, and then we're going to take a left, and we'll be on the tree-lined avenue down to downtown Kato Paphos. And thank you very much, Andrea. Even though she's on holiday at the moment, she is still flicking these traffic lights to go, especially for Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul's just flicked the parking sensors off because they are very, very hypersensitive. I think it's something to do with the heat, you know, because if you're curious to know what the temperature is, what time is it? So quick look, it's almost 7 o'clock and it's 25 degrees. Yep, you heard me correctly. Almost 7 o'clock in the evening and it is almost 25 degrees. So that's not bad, is it? So don't be bothering to pack a jumper or a cardigan. You're going to be fine if you're coming anytime after tomorrow, which I think is the 1st of June, but I never know what day of the week it is. So if you're coming in June, July, August or September, travel very, very light indeed. And of course, if there is something that you're short of, don't worry. In and around downtown Kato Paphos, there's plenty of shops selling pretty much everything that you could possibly ever want. And if you need to go to the air-conditioned Kings Avenue Mall, it is but 10 minutes from the harbour. So anything you can want, just bring some cash. That's what you want to do. Bring plenty of cash, and then you can spend it quite freely. See, this road, if you missed that episode, was tarmacked through the night. Yeah, that's right. Now and again, the Cypriots do get very, very clever, and they understand it's very, very hot, and of course much less traffic around, so put up some big lights and do a little bit of work at night. Well, I wouldn't say they did much work, the machines did the work, but the outcome is phenomenal. Now we've got a super smooth surface, so the camera doesn't bounce around quite as much. But don't worry, that's going to change very, very soon indeed, because we're going to head deep into downtown Kato Paphos, and there are 1 or 2 nice big potholes waiting, especially for Mr. Paul. And of course, if your name is Dizzy Blonde, well, if you're not stuck in downtown Manchester on the M56 in the traffic, perhaps you're digging yourself out of a pothole or a manhole or 2. Big shout out to you. And of course, to your mum and dad. Yep, that's our Lord Harold, and of course his girl, Lady Pat. And we'd like to thank you guys for being very, very generous to us on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. So of course, if you do like what we see, as I keep saying, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. That helps us with the YouTube algorithm. You know, it gets recommended to more like-minded people like yourselves. But of course, if you would like to keep float the channel and give us a contribution, there's 2 ways to do it at the moment. There's another one coming online soon, of course, with the website. But at the moment, if you want to gift us a virtual coffee or 2 as a thank you, perhaps to motivate us to keep making videos, especially for you, you can do it by the Buy Me a Coffee platform. Google these magic words, Marika and me, buy me a coffee, or buy me a coffee, Marika and me, up will come our landing page. You can choose to read down a little bit more about us, and of course read the comments, because people like to do that, and then you could gift us that virtual coffee, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, or perhaps like Harold, 10. Thank you very, very much indeed. You can also join us as a superstar member, like many of the superstars that I mentioned. Only €10 a month. You get a special title. Yep, you get much closer to Marika and me, and of course you'll be entitled to privileges and discounts in and around downtown Kato Paphos. You can also fund us via the Super Thanks on YouTube itself. When you go to write a comment, on the right hand side there's a little button, heart shape, with a $sign in the middle, and that's how you can chuck us a couple above. I'd like to say a big, big shout out and a big, big thank you to a Duke and a Duchess in downtown Cornwall. Duke Phil, Duchess Sharon, thank you very, very much. Also in downtown Cornwall, Lady Kerry, Lord Tony, thank you very, very much indeed. The list goes on and on. We can't thank each and every one of you in every video, but I assure you, you're all in our hearts. And we're looking forward to seeing all you guys again very, very soon indeed. We are now deep in downtown Kato Paphos. We've got to avoid the potholes and loose manhole covers and those kind of things. So don't click off just yet. We're going to go see what's going on the main ascent to the downtown Kato Paphos Promenade. And this is the last piece to be finished. The roads are all done, don't worry about that. Plenty of pavements, but slowly but surely they're finishing this new area, and they're putting a nice canopy, as you can see, so that will be in the shade. There's going to be planting areas and seating areas and a brand new multicoloured pathway, all lit up like a Christmas tree. It's going to be a spectacality of a walk down to the main promenade area. I'm really looking forward to it being finished, and then we can do a great video night after night. And hopefully we'll bump into many people who are like-minded like yourself, who are in love with Paphos. And if your name's Matt Dyers, we're going to take you into there, which of course is Mario's Diamonds, yeah. And our girl, Lady Sally, is going to choose that ring, and you are going to pay for it. Otherwise, you're going in the back of the Jag up to the mountains, along with another chappie called Sir Mart. That's the downtown Kato Paphos Promenade. That's Christoludis. He's on his ice cream there. He's an absolute superstar. That's the guy from the takeaway up on Bar Street. There's the guy that's got the budgerigars or pelicans, but no, they're not. They're parrots, aren't they? So you've got Charlie the parrot, and you've got his girl, Princess Maria. So if you want a great takeaway, by the way, go to the Dracamol takeaway next door to Sally Breyer's, his favourite bar, which of course is the Flyers Bar, and you get a great takeaway. I'm not just saying that, we're not in their pay or anything like that. Every time you go there, everyone says the food is amazing. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. We're going to keep on going around a couple of corners, and then you're going to get a view of that blue Mediterranean Sea, which is quite simply to die for. Don't forget to come back for the next episode. I'll be strutting somewhere in and around downtown Kato Paphos, making a special video just for you. And of course, don't forget to come back for Mr. Paul as he drives in and around downtown Paphos. See, all the pavements are done. Promise you, didn't I? Yep, I did. There you go. As we go around this next corner to the left, we are going to be entering the Kato Paphos Harbour area. This is downtown Kato Paphos, back streets of the promenade. As we go left, we will go to the harbour. If you went right, you would go up to Kings Avenue Mall. Yeah. So, see, plenty of places for you guys to go visit when you're on your holidays in downtown Paphos. One or two poles been knocked over, one or two more to be knocked over because the Jag is quite a long car. And there you go, Lord Martin, there's a black S-Class. That will be, hopefully, the next purchase by Mr. Paul. There it is, downtown Kato Paphos Harbour. It's all looking blue, pretty busy, and I'm pretty sure there's a boat trip parked up there waiting for you. That's the big boy, the Ocean Vision. It's operated by Paphos Sea Cruises. Why not Google them and have a look at it, or perhaps pop into the main harbour area and have a chat with Major Tom or his girl, Sexy Roxy. They'll make sure that you get the spectacality of a cruise indeed. Don't forget to mention, by the way, the magic words Marika and me, and you will get a €10 discount. See, now and again, we do give you something for free. Come on, good Barrow, get a bit of a move on. We're in a bit of a traffic jam here. What's going on? You're going the wrong way. I tell you, you can tell we're in Cyprus, can't you? There you go. Right, one-way streets don't mean bugger all. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to your company again very soon indeed. Fancy an ice cream? I think I do, actually. See you again very soon indeed. See, he's got an ice cream. What a lucky chap. He's a bit tight though. He didn't buy her one. Oh my goodness, he's not a gentleman. I should have run him over. See you again very soon indeed.